Hey there, everybody. This is Line Space on note-taking with Digimon Survive. Oh, I am excited. I am so very, very excited. I grew up with Digimon, and I was a bigger Digimon fan than I was a Pokemon fan. Then I ended up playing the Pokemon games and falling off of Digimon. But even as a kid, I played one or two of the Digimon games and really enjoyed them. As an adult, a different Digimon game actually got me back into the franchise, and do expect to see that someday in the future. I just need to pick up a copy for my computer instead of for my Switch, although the version I would recommend of it is on the Switch. Oh boy. I ordered this game one day before release. I planned on playing it right away, and then I got the job offer that has been sustaining me for the last few months, and I kept telling myself I'd sit down and really focus on this. And there was never a good opportunity. My life went through a bit of a mess, and I never wanted to sit down at my computer and take something seriously. Until now. If I played Teenage Exocolonist because I wanted to get really into that game, then that's the exact same kind of reason I'm playing this. And let me be perfectly frank, I don't think that this is going to be as good of a game as Exocolonist. That doesn't mean I won't enjoy it more. The Digimon games try very hard almost every single time. I don't pretend to think that they are the best games in existence, though, and that's why I want to make clear that that you're going to hear me just gush. Like, Agumon's head is just doing a little animation here, and I love it so much. That's the level of fanboy that you're talking to here, and I don't care. Oh my god. Okay. I also don't know how much this is voice acted or not, so we'll see whether or not I'm going to be doing the talking thing like I did with Ex-Colonist. I know I did pick English for my options. Okay, so yes, this is something I expected to happen. Japanese voice acting, English text. Because I want to give the option to watch this without having to watch this, you know, just let people listen, I am going to go ahead and read. I'm going to see if in the settings I can turn off the voice acting once I get a good chance. Oh, actually, can I just hit escape? No, I can't. Okay. Also, I love that throughout all of Digimon's stylizing, this awful VHS filter has always been there. Like, this is from the first season, even. This is not trying to emulate an old style, this is just bad technology is a thing in this series. I'm scared! Don't worry, we're okay. Come on, over here! My mic is still being weird, just like it was. So I did the Vivid Night episodes this morning, and it basically got me too excited to not play this today. Is my mic going to keep peaking like that? Okay, looks like we should be good. Oh no! They made it over here already! It's a good thing we just practiced all the, Gabumon! Yeah, I'm going such a mark. I'm gonna name at least half of these from memory. Oh. Renamon, the one the furry community has adopted as their own. I won't let you lay a hand on them! You guys! This is actually a really normal trope for young versions of the characters to meet their partners and fight some kind of monster early on. Oh, this series. Time to learn the basics of battle. In battle, the order in which units, monsters, act is determined by their speed. Let's start with movement. Press Z to choose the move command. So I might be a little bit weird in that my favorite Final Fantasy I've played is 10. So I actually love anything that's just like, speed is the strict movement variable. The area displayed on the grid represents the range of your character's movement. You can rotate the camera using Q or E. Oh, I'm gonna have to use my keyboard way more than I'm used to. Or just the zoom with 1 or 3. Okay. It's also important to switch over to the camera to get a full grasp of your situation. Now move to the blinking square on the grid. Move the cursor using WASD. That certainly tracks. Move your cursor to the blinking square on the grid and press Z. Okay, I can also use arrow keys. I'm grateful for that since I also need to use keys like Z on a regular basis. Now let's prepare an attack. Press Z to choose the attack command. Here you will see the information on the skills you can use. Attack, passive skill, raises special attack 1 rank. Okay, neat. This includes the skills effect, SP, cost, range, and area. So this is not following the proud tradition of Digimon games that don't have attacks that you can do for 0, because we do have just a basic attack. A skill's range is the distance it can reach, while its area refers to the size of its effect. Passive skills are special abilities that are always on. Pay attention to how each one works. First, let's see what happens with an ordinary attack. Attacking does not cost SP. Choose attack from the skill list and press Z to confirm. Diamond Storm has a huge range, hits one thing. Isn't actually that much more powerful than our base attack. When you select a target, your estimated damage and accuracy will be displayed. Elemental affinities, critical hit percent, and more are also shown, so pay attention. Oh god, we have a chance to miss. Counter-attack percent is particularly important. This is the chance an enemy will counter your attack. Put the cursor on an enemy using WASD, and press Z.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, the little sprite art is amazing. I don't think sprite art's actually the correct term here, but I don't know what else I would call it. As you end your turn, you can face in a direction with WASD. You take more damage if attacked from the side or from behind, so choose this carefully. Use WASD to face in a direction, then press Z. But that's a good way to manipulate enemies into not moving too much. Like, if I make Renamon point to the side, she's more likely to get attacked and keep the enemy in position. But if I keep her facing forward, then Gabumon... It's important to check up on other units in battle. Switch to the free cursor to get more info. I don't know why, but I thought there was enough space for the enemy to get between Gabumon and Renamon, so that's on me. Press X or X to switch to cursor. Okay. You can move the free cursor anywhere on screen and try putting it over an enemy. Hover the cursor over an enemy unit to see its info displayed on the upper right. View more detailed information by pressing V in this state. So, we dealt almost no damage to it. Wow. That's a neat design right there. That's odd. For some reason you can't see any information about this enemy. There's nothing more to learn here. Press X to stop showing this information. That didn't reveal anything useful. Switch back to the regular cursor and just go all out. Press X or X to switch back to from the cursor. This is no ordinary foe. Aim for extra damage by attacking it from behind. Move to the blinking square behind the enemy. So yeah, I'm not a huge top-down tactical RPG person, so forgive me, I'm going to be more than a little bit of a mess most of the time. Use a skill for big damage. Each skill move has its own SP costs. Choose the attack command like before, then select Blue Blaster from the skill list. Blue Blaster! Deals fire damage to target with a low chance of reducing their defense 1 rank. Okay. It's much smaller range than Diamond Dust, but I don't think Diamond Dust has a debuff effect. Move the cursor over the enemy, then press Z. You dealt extra damage by performing a rear attack. Flank attacks also do more damage. Doesn't seem to have taken much damage. Is this enemy too powerful to defeat? That would actually be very normal for the games in this franchise. The children were on the turn list. I'm curious about that. I have to imagine I lose if the kids die. Ugh. I oughta... I don't know. Man, I actually got into the Gabumon voice pretty quick there just by doing Blue Blaster! Gah! Oh, me and Battle Foley. Okay. No! I won't let you harm these children anymore! Then, oh god, okay, I need to turn up this text speed. I won't let you harm these children any more than you already have! I love how she's calling them children. Oh, trust me, I noticed the portal. If we just get to that place... Ah! Miyuki! I like that. So I know a little bit of Japanese. He definitely said big sister there instead of her name. I'm okay. Go! Head for that light! Run! Haru! Get out of here! Oh, she dead! No way! I'm not leaving you behind! What are you doing? Go on! Hurry! It's no good. I can't hold them back anymore. Look out! What the? It's sucking me in! Ugh. If anything happened to you, I'd... You have to get back safe on your own, somehow. And the Foley they have for the monsters, for the enemy Digimon, is actually pretty good here. I'm a fan. And that was appropriately horrifying. But also, that's not on-screen death. I get the feeling she's gonna be coming back later, and not in a way we like. I gotta save her, but I can't. Miyuki! I don't feel the need to scream into my mic. It's led to some awkward reads, but I really just don't feel like it's a good idea. Wait for me. I'll rescue you, Miyuki. No matter what! I do enjoy that a game called Digimon Survive opens up with a character sacrificing themselves for someone else's survival. We're on theme from Go. When will I get a chance to access the settings? Morning, you get any sleep last night? Oh god, how about that quick this morning? Sure, woke me up. Okay, we have actual anime happening. Where are these ruins we're going to again? Hold on, I have a map in here somewhere. Good morning! Minoru, don't scare me like that. Yeah, my bad. Off to an early start, huh? I am no longer trying to keep up with the anime. I'm just going to try and enjoy it for a minute. Uh-oh. Yes! She gets a yes already. Hey, that doesn't look like the time of year for that. Good callback to the first series. We have a larger class than I would have expected. Oh, old man. The heroes in these stories are children. You are in for a bad time. Children or teenagers, somewhere in that range.
険がありますので、引き続きカノベ市近隣にお住まいの方。
おいおい、見学先の安全性とか大丈夫なのかよ。
よし、みんな、そろそろ出発の時間だ。
引率の OB の言うことをよく聞くように。
遊びに来たんじゃないんだぞ。時間厳守で行動すること。
Man, this definitely isn't beautiful like Persona, but I am enjoying it. It does not have to be perfectly made to be enjoyable. I'm kind of curious because it does... I don't want to say it seems cheaply made, because I'm not sure if it might or might not be trying to emulate an older style of anime that I just don't tend to watch. Oh good! The creepy ghost girl is coming early! By the way, in case anyone's curious, I am actually going into this blind. I don't know anything about the narrative of the story. The only thing I know is that there was a critique against it that it was more visual novel than it was top-down strategy, which suits me just fine based on our previous experiences together. So this is camp, huh? Look, there's things for me to do again. Oh. Oh, okay. Now I'm curious how much the in-game models were being used in the anime scenes. Oh, but that is a much crisper resolution image right there, okay. I say camp, but we're holed up in an abandoned school in the mountains here. Leave it to us to spend our school break going to another school. Not that this school is anything like the one we usually go to. I need faster text speed so much. Sup, Takuma? Sup, Takuma? They were checking out that crusty old landmark? Sounds lame. That is not a good... That red just doesn't match that well against Minoru. Come on, don't say that, Minoru. Not like I disagree, but still. Aoi, you are... Please have some fun in you. I'm begging you. I like your design, though. I am a sucker for pigtails. Most games that I get to play Vissa in, she has a pigtail. Hey, you two. Don't talk like that. I told you, we aren't here for fun and games. Yeah, so sorry, Your Highness. Again with that kind of talk. That knucklehead over there is Minoru, and the girl lecturing him is Aoi. Do I want to give Takuma a different voice than just my own? I think we'll just feel it out as we go along. I should not... I'm paying attention to my audio levels because this is a new game and I don't want to end up drowning myself out, but man, I am way too paranoid about my audio levels sometimes, and I kind of wish I didn't have to keep looking at them. I didn't talk to him much at school. Aoi's cool. She came here from a different school. We got to know each other more here at camp, and that's mostly thanks to Minoru. Minoru seems like the kind of outgoing person who would cause that. Also, I mentioned this only briefly on Exocolonist, but now with the thumbnails you'll get to see my own pose work, which... Okay, please have mercy. I am not a professional artist. I do it for the sake of video content. I should practice more. Probably not going to, unfortunately. But these are not particularly motivated poses. These are very basic. And it does make me curious if that might be tied to the fact that there's a pretty large cast that we can see here in the square, and I don't know how many of them are going to stick around, how many of them have full portraits like this. But these are pretty static poses that don't tell us a ton about the characters. The three of us ended up doing our extracurricular activities together. As you play the game, you will occasionally be asked to make choices. You will have 2 to 4 options to choose from. Use WASD to select a response or action, then press Z. Your decisions will affect your affinity with different characters and influence the story. Your affinity with other characters influences the battle backup they give during combat. with differing results if you treat everyone equally as opposed to focusing on one person. You can check your affinities from the main menu, so don't forget to keep an eye on them. We flirt. I like girls, and Aoi is attractive. I know I like this. It's weird for me. I keep doing this when I'm on stream, talking about characters having attractive designs to me, and that's because these are... I don't know how to describe it. Why is that I can't find any human being attractive? Well, it's not even that, because I was going to say why is that I only find 2D characters attractive in how they look, but even then, it's not like that's really a universal thing. I don't normally think in terms like that, but here on stream, I'm definitely thinking about it because it seems like a fun way of talking about things. I want to talk to Aoi because I prefer female characters, and I'm also more curious about her benefits in battle and how she's going to see things. She seems like she'd be more helpful than Minoru. But on stream, it's fun to break that all down to, I want to flirt with the girl because I like girls. Ask Aoi about her plan.
Aoi-san, 今日ってどういうコースになるんだっけ?
What's today's route,
まず桜並木だよね。
Aoi? Starting at the cherry blossom trees, right? Affinity with Aoi.
今日はそれと
Today
ここ
we're going
それに
here,
ここもかしら?
and then I think over
ミノル
here.
君はキャンプの趣旨
And do you know
ちゃんと
why,
分かってます
Minoru?
ああ、この土地に伝わる伝承とか土着
Something about local legends or religion,
なんか
right?
独自なも
They
の
say
があ
there's
って
some
面白い
weird
んだってね。
stuff. I still can't access the menu.
まあ、俺には
I
そこ
need
まで面白く
faster
はないけ
text
ど
so badly.
な。いいんですよ。
Not that it matters to me. I'm just here for fun in the sun.
もうたくま
You're
く
the
んだ
only
け
one
は
I
頼
can
る
rely
よ
on,
ミノル
Takuma.
君の価
Keep
値
an
を
eye
取
on
って
him,
くだ
would
さい
you?
ね。
いや、僕も
I'm not
ミノルの
Minoru's
ベビーシッター
babysitter over here.
あ
Oh, wow!
あ、
Huh?
どうしたの?
What is it? Looks like Minoru's knows something on his phone. Okay, cool. I can hit the confirm button to get the full line of text, but that seems dangerous.
ほら、まただよ。また落石事
Check
故
it
のニュ
out!
ース。
There's another story about a rock slide!
あ
That's several
あ、この
days
と
in a
ころ
row
連
now.
日よね。
I hope it doesn't mean an
大丈夫
earthquake's
かしら?
coming.
いや、それもだけどさ。
Not just that, but look here!
俺今
Isn't
日
this supposed to be where
見学のところの
we're...
近
Isn't
所
this
だ
close to
よ。
where we're supposed to go today?
あら、本当だわ。
Wait, really?
今日の予定
I
は
wonder if our
大
plans
丈
for
夫
the
な
day
の
are
かし
still
ら?
on. You can feel the tension in the air around here. Someone must have shared the news.
はい、皆さん落ち着いて。大丈夫です。大丈夫ですから。
Assuming this is our teacher. Alright, everyone, calm down. Everything's going to be just fine.
何か問題がある際に
All
は
the teachers have
先生
clear
からちゃんと
instructions
指
for
示
dealing
があり
with
ますから。
any emergency. Chuji is an alumnus of Aoi School, so he came to help chaperone. Ah,
安
just
全
an
確
older
保に
kid,
関して
okay.
は先生方
The
や保護者
teachers
の
and
皆さん
chaperones
が
are ensuring
ちゃ
our
んとやって
safety,
くれ
so
ている
there's
はずだし、
nothing
大丈夫だから
to worry about.
本日の目的地の
Fear
席
not,
へ
fellow students. Our destination is this historic landmark. Off we go! Oh, that's kind of difficult. I'm
まだやってるよ
speaking from the top of my
修二
chest
さんも
doing
真面目
that
すぎるんだ
voice.
よね
There he goes at it again. That Shuji is too straight-laced for his own good.
二つも年上の
Is that
高
any
校
way
生
to
に
talk
失
about
礼なこと
someone
言わ
2
ない
years
の
older than you?
はーい、葵さん
Right you are, my little Aoi.
ミノル君は
Do I have to remind
私
you,
が上級
Minoru,
生ってこと
that
も
I'm
忘
actually
れ
in
て
a
はい
grade
ないか
above
しら
yours?
葵さんも
I
俺が
mean,
下級生
shouldn't
っ
you
てこと
act
忘れて
like
ない
it then or something? Okay, Minoru, everyone acts like they're older than you. I can already tell that.
上級生
You
活
should be more of a
資格
nag,
試験
like,
教材
I told you to knock that off!
そんなの
Does
私
that
に
sound
できるわ
like
けがない
something
でし
I
ょ
would say?
さ
Let's
私
go
たち
before
も
we're
行きま
left
しょうね。
behind, Takuma.
そうだな
Yeah, come on, Takuma. Let's hit it. Alright. So far, this is cute. Oh, wow. The cherry blossoms are in full bloom. God, they're so pretty. We have... I don't think they're actually cherry blossoms here in my town, but they get really pretty and everywhere in the spring. Everyone stops on the way to the landmark, taking the flowers. Man, is this spring? Or is this spring? Am I right?
本当ね
Right. Maybe the abundance of nature here brings out the beauty of these
なおさら
blossoms.
き
I'm actually going to take just a second. Can I... Oh, there's the button for menu. Yay! Like I said, I tend to stress too much. So we have exit status. Okay, sorry. I need to comment. This is awesome. I actually am a huge fan of this menu. That's dope. I want fast text speed, please. Oh, there we go. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything to anything to help with characters talking. And that's fine. That's a very specific problem. Okay, let's get that applied. Then we'll pop back out. Okay, and we do have a wraparound screen here. Neat. Okay. You know, this is delightful. I love stylized menus, even if they can be a little clunky at times, and this is a great example of that. I wonder... Okay, so they're dimly lit because we can't actually access those ones yet. Okay. Well, that's neat to find. The flowers sure are pretty. When we take a breather, I'm glad we came here. We should hurry on ahead. Okay. So these are very generic response answers, and I don't know enough about the situation yet to be able to say much. This was something that Ex-Colonist felt like it was good at avoiding. I'm going to be drawing a lot of parallels because these are back-to-back playthroughs of the same kind of game, and from a critical standpoint, I feel like it's relevant to take a closer look at these elements now that we have a comparison point to be working from. That's part of what I wanted to make clear when I was talking in the last lesson for Ex-Colonist. I'm glad we came here, though. This is nice. Moral changed. I'm glad we came on this camp. Makes me look forward to the historic landmark ahead. Indeed. I find myself brimming with a sort of excitement. If you put it that way, it sounds like we got some fun ahead of us. Oh, looks like Saki and Rio all beat us to the punch. They did go on ahead of us, after all. Man, the Rio here has a design I feel like I've seen a whole bunch of places, and I can't actually pinpoint a character I can think of as a reference. Not because I can't think of the characters, because I don't know their names. Don't leave much of an impression. Rio, I have a bad feeling you're going to be in the same situation. The guy shooting daggers at everyone is Rio, an older kid from another school. How many schools? How many schools are part of this trip? Are there only like 2 kids from any individual school? The girl who's all smiles there is Saki. Her looks are famous in the grade below us. They must be here to enjoy the cherry blossoms too. Saki, no offense, I'm just not into other blondes. Maybe it's just part of my own self-hatred. And again, I could be wrong in Rio's case. Wow, look at how beautiful it is! The flowers are so pretty! What kind of person gets all grumpy in front of a bunch of blooming cherry blossoms? But man, talk about a waste. Gorgeous weather and we're doing extracurricular nonsense? What does one have to do with the other? I thought as much. We're not in any real rush. Might as well take a look around some more here. Might as well look around here more in any case. As you play the game, you will be presented with choices of where to go or who to talk to. Use the mouse to select a target. Try targeting one of the students walking along the tree-lined path in the distance. Okay, and how do Can I use wall stuff for this? No. You can also switch between targets using Q and E. Try switching targets while you have one selected. Once you've selected a target, press Z to move on to the next step. Who you talk to and in what order may advance the story. You can target more than just characters, so keep an eye out for unexpected discoveries. Okay, I like that they're immediately telling me that the order I talk to characters is important. Because it means for relationship building, if I want to make Aoi our focus, I probably want to check in with her all the time, because she might notice that that's what I'm doing. We have a whole bunch of things to notice. Targets that lead to important story conversations will be marked with an exclamation point. So keep that in mind when deciding what you want to do next. So Saki probably moves us forward. I guess I can't... Yep, can't talk to... oh god, Rio? Rio. So let's start with Aoi. The flowers are certainly beautiful in full bloom. Okay, I'm really glad I'm deciding to speak because they are not voice acting everything, which is perfectly reasonable, understandable, and I approve of that decision. Not even Persona can manage all of the dialogue being voice acted. Yeah, that and the weather makes you want to sit down and take a load off for a while. Now that we won't do. We have to stick to our designated course. Aye, aye, ma'am. I appreciate someone else being the adult in this group. I am often the adult with my friends, so it's nice when I don't have to be. Hey, Takuma! Did you know that the leaves of cherry blossoms are poisonous? That's why you never see any weeds growing underneath them. Huh, is that right? Wait, don't people eat those sometimes? Well, sure, they're fine if you pickle them first. Huh, you sure know some weird things, man. Okay, Minoru, you and I will get along as far as we stick to random trivia. If I listen closely, I can hear the sound of a babbling brook. You never hear something like that in the city. It's sort of comforting. A noise happened. Why did a noise happen? Cherry trees. Cherry trees lining the path are all in full bloom, with gorgeous petals fluttering down. I'd love to just sit here and gaze at them for a while. So I'm going to be honest, things like the babbling brook and the cherry trees is the kind of thing that I will end up skipping when I'm playing a game by myself, if I just get annoyed with that feature in it. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Campers. I'm so tired. This camp is weak. Yeah, total weak sauce. Oh well, at least we got a few bars out of here. We can kill a little time with that. For real? I can't even get a signal in the school building. Haha, man, what a hunk of junk you're lugging around. Technology is important to the Digimon franchise in a kind of hilarious way. Okay. Oh, I like that. So, it auto-selects a dialogue skip option for any dialogue you've heard before, and I like that because it means I don't have to worry about whether or not it's the dialogue we've experienced before when I want to just double-check in a situation like that. So that's actually super nice. Jeez, what crawled up your backside and died? Search me. Let me guess, Shuji and the teachers gave you flack for your cheerful disposition? You don't know what you're talking about. Sure, sure, whatever you say. Come on, it's time to go now. Alright, already. Alright, so we have a bunch of stereotypes already, and I'm okay with that. Why am I okay with that? Well, I enjoy Digimon because it feels shameless. It tends to use these stereotypes without examining them very much, and charges straight forward for them with an abandon that honestly you can only get when you come at something with the mindset of it being for kids. And not in a way that I'm saying they talk down to kids. Digimon games tend to feel like, hey, let's present this stereotype like it's the first time anyone's ever seen it, charging in full force and trying to do it as best as we can without really deviating from the base stereotype. And that's... I actually have admiration for the stories that recognize what they're doing and just try and do a good job of it. So I don't actually have a problem with stereotypes here because this is, in the end, a franchise for children, and most of the time it doesn't feel like it's trying to do anything beyond the limitations of the tropes. We'll see if this game sticks to that, but so far I'm actually enjoying this quite a bit, just because of the fact that while it's basic, it doesn't feel like it's doing it badly. And anyway, how long do you plan on following me around? What do you expect? Who knows what you'll do if I take my eyes off you, Rio? So you're my supervisor now? Clearly, you're not the type to be left to your own devices. Oh, just shut up. Oh, Saki, you and your crush are going to have a very hard time. Now, is that any way to talk to a cute girl like me? Saki's headed for the landmark, chasing Rio as he continues bellyaching. Now it's Aoi or Minoru, and you can see that that's probably a choice that you get to make. We're gonna pick Aoi, because again, I'm gonna be focused. Oh god, why is it... Why? No, stop that. Stop autoing. No. How do I make it stop? What happened? Okay, now I know what button to select off on auto. Let's see if I can get that dialogue back up. No, stop that! Ah! Okay, I guess we missed that dialogue. I didn't even get a chance to read it. Oh, we do have a backlog. Okay. Let's see, there we go. Ma'am, is it? Finally, some good manners. That's not Aoi's voice. Sure. That's what I was going for. Man, I wish you'd back off a bit, you know? Read the room a little, so to speak. I suppose it depends on how you look at it. She can be outspoken at times, to be sure, but she's also cheerful, cute, and quite amicable. The sort of honesty you sense from her, I quite like it. Whoa, where did all that come from? She just seems a bit radiant, don't you think? I see. Still, she goes a bit overboard. A big sister like me has to look out for her. I wonder... I don't really know what kind of message this game might or might not go for, but man, I'm gonna be honest. If this was a horror anime, Aoi just set off some major alarm bells. Okay, so it's saying let's go. Minoru is our next person to talk to. Those two get along way better than I figured they would. More like Saki can get along with anyone. That Ryo is a real pain, too. She must be some kind of saint. Now, is that any way to speak about him? All of us need to work together. I never heard anything come out of his mouth that wasn't a complaint about something. I can kind of relate, to be honest. It's like looking at how he used to be. Kind of embarrassing. You sure he's older? Your past self? Is that something a middle schooler is supposed to say? Then again, I suppose an adolescent boy would say such things. Saki's the exact opposite. She says the way she comes at you head on makes her seem more grown up. We only just met her at camp, but she acted like we were all best buds from square one. I think you resemble her in that regard, Minoru. Yeah, he's the one who broke the ice with us after all. Indeed. Head on, as you would say. Jeez, guys, knock it off with the compliments. My ego can only take so much. That wasn't a compliment. Oh. Oh, boy. Would you look at those flowers? How wonderful. Hey, did you know, Aoi? They say there's a dead body under every cherry blossom tree. I don't want to hear about that right now. Rather, we head toward the historic landmark if we could. One of the things that a lot of anime games like this will do is that they'll just set the game in a location, and it's to help avoid this problem of just being like, the landmark. What landmark? The landmark. It's very silly that they didn't bother coming up with names for these things, but I can also see why you wouldn't. We'll see how the game ends up using these locations as we go forward. Everyone went this way. Looks pretty rocky up that path, huh? What a pain. It was a normal conversation on a normal day with friends. Well, normal other than the camping part. At least, that's what I thought. We cleared the tree-lined path, and when we headed up the trail... Huh? Look at that! Huh? Why is there a police car here? Oh no. It looks like the road is blocked off from here. You're right! There's a lot of tape that says keep out! Maybe it's related to the rock slide Minoru was talking about. Aw man, did I call it or did I call it? Just find my ass, right Takuma? Oh dear. I suppose it's a problem. There's only one path to the landmark. Through here. That landmark. What was the steal again?
だから
That's why I told you to
どうしてミノル君
review
は予習
the
してな
side
い
of the
の？
ritual related to the
ほら、
Kemonogami.
その獣神ってのは
Those Kemonogami things
俺には
don't
ピンとこないんだけどな。
really ring a bell. You mean the beast gods?
仕方がないわ。
Nothing we can do about it. Our only option is to head back for now.
引き返す前に何があ
Come
った
all
の
this
か
way.
あ
Might
そ
as
こ
well
で
get the
話を聞いてみようぜ。
lowdown on what went down here. Let's see what the people gathering from the police car have to say. Maybe I should ask the police officer what's going on here. Vertical sign, gray-haired lady, police car, owie, police tape, Minoru, old sign, campers, man, old, oh my god. Okay, we can interact with everything here, alright. The closed road sign set up here by the police doesn't offer any details. The people around here say the landslide happened up the road. Seeing with my own eyes, it's more impressive than I imagined. Pretty cool. It looks so small. It's not like I want to become a cop, but I'd like to try riding in one someday. There's a real easy way to get that. Owie. So many people. What could have happened? I'm hoping to eventually see that you can just get random affinity bonuses by choosing to talk to people in these scenes, because that would help incentivize you to interact with the other characters and the dialogue, instead of trying to progress the story as much. The tape says, keep out. Who knows what's going on past here? Feels kind of surreal to me. Maybe I've watched too many crime shows. Think there was an accident or something? Let's ask around! Hold sign. The letters are so faded I can't make out what the sign is supposed to say. It must be really old. Campers! Oh hey, we ran into these earlier. Hold up, what? You're saying there was an accident? Dang man, I ain't never seen something like this before. What do you think? Should we just bust on in there? Grab a video for some views? Whoa, hold up man. They'll get pissed at us for sure. I don't use social media that much. It's not that I feel like my life needs to get private, obviously. It's just I never think to use it even once I download it. So thinking of in the situation of, man, we'll get some views if we do this thing, is not something my brain's ever done. And I'm a YouTuber, and have been for 8 years. What's his face? Shuji? He said he'd go and ask the teachers about it, you know? Oh, we are absolutely going past that tape, don't you worry. Oh dearie me, I can't tend to my feels if I can't get through. A landslide? How frightful. Nothing but strange things happen around these parts. You got that right. This keeps up, all the old-timers are gonna blame it on monsters. No, don't say such things in front of the children. Okay, cool, that just took care of 3 of the people right there. Hey now, don't let them youngins get too close now. They'll be cursed. Cursed say what? You feeling okay, Granny? We ain't buying that kind of crap, you feel me? Believe it or not, the Kemonogami curse will find you. Kids should stay away. Psh, you gotta be kidding me. Ain't no one believing that hocus pocus these days. Haha, man, I love it out here in the six. These old farts know how to crack a joke. Police officer. Excuse me, did something happen here? There was a landslide up ahead around dawn, so the road's been sealed off. Oh, that must be the one we read about online earlier. This was not a complicated mystery, it turns out. Oh dear, we can't proceed with things like this. Ugh, so much for exploring the great outdoors. Guess camp is cancelled. I don't know about all that. Still, perhaps we should turn back for now. Or, and hear me out here, we don't. A landslide? For reals? Man, think the guys that went ahead are okay? No childish jibes? I suppose you wouldn't be so callous as to joke at a time like this. Minoru's got a good heart. Of course! Even I know when to watch my mouth. Sometimes. Maybe. How to... Okay, back to the police officer. The area ahead is off limits. Seems we can't get through here. What's the plan? Should we head back for now? No way! Don't talk out of your ass or you'll regret it. Huh? I can hear someone kicking up a fuss. I genuinely have no concept who's talking. I assumed it was Rio, but I didn't want to jump to that because the impression I get, based on when we were at the school, is that there's a bunch of characters I don't know who to do voices for yet. Hey look! That's Rio and Saki over there! Oh! And there's... Oh god, I don't remember her name. I knew they went ahead. I guess they took the long way around? More importantly, who's that girl, I wonder?
良いかよろしいかなこの落石事故は獣神様のたたりなのじゃ
Sorry for that pause. One of my doors got open, and it turns out my cat's been looking to try and get into my room. He's been sleeping on someone else's bed all day, so I decided to leave her be instead of dragging her over this way. Okay, you listening? These rock slides are retribution from the Kemonogami! Retribution? In this day and age? Give me a break. Yes, when disrespectful outsiders cause trouble on the mountain, they get mad. This holy mountain is the Kemonorium, a sacred shrine to the Kemonogami! This is no place for someone to just wander around. The heck's a Kemonorium? I bet some weird rock or bear carving they worship that stuff. They worship that stuff in the boonies. Chill out, Rio. She's just a kid. You don't have to get so nasty with her. Nasty? I was just... in the boonies, you say? How rude! This is the site of a glorious shrine! Not some new imitation, but a historic, legendary shrine known only to the locals. A shrine? You mean like the one supposed to have ancient gods? I read about those before. Gods of the harvest or fertility, things like that. Nah, this is different. These are ancient beast gods known only to the locals. I've known all about these gods ever since I came here. Sounds like a fairy tale to me. It isn't. They're real. What's your name, kid? It's Mew. What's your name? I'm Saki, and this guy with the toot is Rio. So, Mew, you think you could take us to this hidden shrine you're talking about? Take you? I guess so. Curious, huh? You don't really believe in this stuff, do you? I'm having to change voices so fast, it's getting really hard to place any of them. Oh man, okay. Please bear with me if my voices start falling apart, especially as we get longer into a recording session. Although, I do want to comment, we are now 15 minutes in, and we have only done the tutorial battle, and I had to figure out how to access the menu myself. This is definitely a visual novel for you. I'm telling you, it's real. Why not? Our trip's been cancelled, it's not like we don't have the time. All we have waiting for us back at camp is some busy work, right? You hate that stuff. Are you seriously telling me you're not even a tiny bit interested in all this? I'd still say it's stupid. It is not stupid! Yeah, whatever you say, kid. It's not kid, it's Mew! I keep spiking my audio, but it keeps spiking randomly, and I don't know. Ah! Well, lead the way, Mew. I'm not gonna be happy if you're messing with us. Got it? I guess they're off to get some extra credits somewhere. That's Saki for you. Something tells me they're not up to anything so commendable. They don't even know what kind of temple it is, do they? Entry may be prohibited. thought I saw a shadow moving, which would have been my cat.
わからないの
You've never heard of it, Aoi? I don't see anything like it on the map. Could there really be a hidden shrine? Or is it just some kid's imagination?
なあタクマどうする
What do you think, Takuma? You have to stop them, sounds fun, let them have fun. I like how the positioning of Aoi and Minoru is in such a way that this should point towards what the different options will lead to. I mean, this is actually a me personal thing. I am here for going to find that. So let's go. Sounds like fun.
面白そうだ
Sounds like a good time. Let's follow them. Yeah,
そう
yeah.
そう俺もそう思ってた
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Hey, you guys!
うっぜーの
Oh, great. Just what we needed.
獣神様の
The
神
Shrine
社
of the Kemonogami? Sounds
俺
fun.
たち
Can
も
we
つい
go
てっ
with
てい
you?
い
いいよ。人数多
Sure.
い方
The
が
more the
楽しいし
merrier.
ありがとう
Thanks.
Yoroshiku
Nice to meet you.
こちらこそよ
You
ろしく。
too.
つうか何こっ
Sounds
ちの
like we
話
had a
立ち聞き
couple of
してんだよ
eavesdroppers.
お前らは仲良
Why
し
don't
グルー
you
プで
and your
真面目に
merry
課外
band of
学習をやっ
bozos
てろ
go
よ
back to your school trip?
さあ行くぞ
Let's get on a
ミ
move on, Mew. Man, he's all possessive all of a
ま
sudden.
あまあ、そう言
Come
わないで。
on, don't be like that.
もう
Jeez,
酔ったら
Rio.
めんど
That
くさい性
attitude of
格
yours
してん
needs
だか
some
ら。
work.
ごめんね。みんな
Sorry about that, you
たくま
guys.
待ってよ。
Rio, you and me, wait up!
ああ行っちゃ
There
った
they go again. There they go again.
とにかく
For
僕た
now,
ち
we'd
は
better wait here for someone to tell us where to go next. What? Aww.
このまま校舎ま
I
で
wanted
引
to
き
go
返すか
too. That or head back to school.
それはそれで面倒
Gotta
なんだけ
admit,
ど
that
な
sounds like a pain.
それよりも
More
何があるかわ
importantly,
から
you
ない
have
し、
no idea what might
やっぱり
happen.
サキさんた
We
ち
should
を追い
chase
かけ
after
ない
those
と。
three. Thank
そう
you.
だね
Thank you, Aoi.
後を追いかけよう
Yeah, let's follow them. Actually, I really like the camera work through these scenes. It helps add motion where there isn't. Good visual novels and games similar to it, such as the Phoenix Wright series, will use a lot of camera effects to help imply motion that isn't there and help save on the budget for the artwork. And I think this game's actually doing a pretty solid job so far. Pursuing Saki, Rio, and that little kid Miyu, we end up at a tunnel. Not a soul to be seen around us, and no other paths. They head through here?
なんだか暗くて
Look at
薄
this
気味悪い
dark,
トンネルだ
creepy
な
little murder tunnel.
あ
Tell me about it. Does it feel
そう
colder around here
あ
to
なん
you?
だかここだけ
Makes my
気温
skin
が低い
crawl. Would you two refrain from such absurd talk?
まさか
I bet one of those ghost hunter shows would get a kick out of this play. Is refrain
そんなことより
not in your
ナイ
vocabulary?
トでしょ。
Come on, now. We must find those two. It's a big thing in Japanese mythology for tunnels to be passages of one kind or another. It's interesting, and I don't know of a lot of equivalencies in Western mythology other than bridges, of course, but even then it doesn't seem as prevalent as the tunnel motif has become for Japanese mythology used in pop culture. I don't see them here. Maybe we should forge on
お
ahead?
ーい
Hey, you there!
誰か来たぞ
Looks like we've got a guest.
ほら、
Shuji, is that you?
ダメじゃないか
You can't just run off on your own. We have enough trouble with the landslide as it is.
すんません
Excuse me,
さ
your
っきと亮がその先に行
blustership.
ったみたいで
Besides, we think Saki and Rio went this way. Okay, I actually am one of the people who, when in translation work, I enjoy finding good slang because I have to assume that slang was used here that's just Japanese specific. So instead of trying to find a more normalized equivalent, using slang from American English is actually really good in my opinion. I like it when they do that kind of change for the translation.
まったく
Oh,
りょうくんも年
or
長者としての自
that
覚を持
guy.
ってほしい
Oh,
ものだ
for, that guy needs to learn to act his age already.
名簿にサキくんたちの
I have his and
電話番号があった
Saki's
はず
numbers
だ
in
から
the student phone book.
とりあえず
I'll
かけてみる
try giving them a call. He's been letting it ring for a while now. I guess Saki hasn't noticed yet.
にしてもさ
Say, what do you think those Kemonogami deals the girl was talking about are like?
さあ
Who knows? Some kind of animals, I guess?
もう
Minoru, you didn't hear a single word of the lecture on today's landmark, did
聞いて
you?
この地方に伝わ
They're
る
gods taking the shape of beasts, the legend of which was passed down in this
教えて
area.
あの子を
That kid said only the locals know them. So I bet this land has some unique creatures.
それが神様になってタタリ
So they became gods and started handing out retribution like hotcakes? Give me a break.
昔の人は
People used to attribute the unknown to the gods, giving offerings to prevent
それで
disaster.
きっとその神
Those
社
people
も
don't come around
今
me
は
here
ほとん
these
ど人
days.
が来なくな
I
っちゃって
imagine only locals come
地
to
元
visit.
の
まそんなもんだよな
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
ダメだ
No
さっきの
good.
だけでな
It
く
seems neither
よく
Saki nor
繋
Rio
がら
have a
ない
signal where they
電波
are.
が
そっか
Huh. I guess it'd be weird if their phones worked in the middle of nowhere like
電波も
this.
君たち
Are you
確かに
sure
こっちの
that
方
they
向
came
にりょ
this
うくんたちが行
way?
ったんだよね
And I'm gonna have the same problem I had with Governor Lum doing Shuji's voice, where it's just gonna fade into my own too much.
間違いないですけど
Yes, we're quite
こ
certain.
の辺には
They ain't around here, that's for sure. Maybe the shrine is up ahead?
地図に載ってない
It
から
isn't on our map, so we're not sure where to look.
仕方ない
Alright, we'll have to track those two down and head back to the school, ASAP.
早く学校に戻ろうこのトンネルの先だね
They're past this tunnel? Alright, let's go. Alright, so that means this might just be a 6-person cast. Or, sorry, 6 additional characters plus us. I should talk with the others about what to do next to search for Saki and the others. Aoi, what do you think? Are we really going to go through this tunnel? I don't see any other way. It's our only option, right? Well, yes, but... You're not afraid of the dark, are you, Aoi? Just a bit. Creeps me out just a little bit. Hey, why are we talking about this? We have to bring Saki and the others back right away. Tunnel. It's dark inside the tunnel. I can't see a thing. It looks pretty old. I'm a little scared to go inside. Boy, just when I thought I was gonna die of boredom, things are getting interesting. Are you going to join the search? Who cares about that? This tunnel! A lost shrine! I smell adventure, don't you? Ah, I think I see what you mean. Right? Might as well look for some ruins while we look for those jokers. Ruins? I think the joke might be on you. Okay. Shuji. You know, you could have stopped them from going in the first place. Well, we kind of tried. They weren't in any mood to listen, so... Ah. I see. Well, nothing to be done about it. I'll persuade them next time. No worries.
Come
on, let's bring back Ryo and Saki together.
どっ
That
ちに行けばい
being
いの
said, which way should we go? Huh?
な
Hey,
誰か
who's
近
that
づ
coming
いてき
this
たぞ
way? Oh,
す
who
ま
are
ない
you?
が
You have
そこの君
weird
たち確か
eyes.
キャンプの参加者だよな
Excuse me, all of you are from that camp, right?
俺はここら辺に
I
住ん
just
でるも
I
ん
live around here.
今
I'm just
妹を
looking
探
for
し
my
ている
little
んだ
sister.
妹さんを
Your sister?
あ
Yes,
あいつい
she's
つ
a
も
bit
フラフラと
frail,
勝手に
but
出歩
let's
く
go
癖
off
があ
on
って
our
な
own.
妹は
My sister
なんていう
is...
か
How do I put this?
小
Like a
動物っぽ
tiny
いや
animal,
つだ
timid and needing protection.
人見知り
I would not
そ
call
んな
Miu
女の子い
timid.
なかったな
Are we talking about the same girl?
サキたちと一緒にいた
There was a
ミ
kid
ュウって
hanging
こと
around
は
here named Miu,
イ
but
メー
she
ジが
doesn't
変え
fit the bill.
ミュウ
Miu!
今ミ
Did
ュウ
you
って
just say
言ったか
Miu? Yeah, I sure did.
みゆちゃんってあの子よね
Yes, we met a girl named
猫
Miu.
耳みたいな
Maybe
帽子を
grade
かぶ
school
っ
age,
た
wearing a hat with
ああ
cat
そう
ears?
だ
Yes, that's her. You've seen her.
え
You've
俺
seen
たちが
her?
見た子はもっと頭のおかし
Say
い子だったよ
what?
な
The girl we met had a few more screws loose than the girl you're describing.
ちょっとみのる
Hey,
ね
don't be
失礼よ
rude, Minoru.
いやでも
I'm just saying, I didn't see any shrinking violet who needs saving is all.
お前らの評価な
Who
んて
cares
どうで
what
も
you
いい
thought of her? Just tell me, where
ミ
did
ュウ
she
はどこに行っ
go?
たんだ
ごめんなさい
Well, I'm
実は
sorry, but
私
we're
たちも
actually
人を
looking for
探
her
していると
ourselves.
俺たちと一緒にキャンプに
She
来て
went
る
off
や
to
つ
go to a
さ
shrine
っ
with
き
some
神社
friends
に
of
向
the
かっ
other
てったさ
campers.
それで俺たち
We were just going to
そ
try
い
and
つらを
bring
連
them
れ
back
帰
with
りに向か
us.
う
そうか。
You see,
また
she
あい
went
つが
off on
勝
her
手に。
own. Thank you
ど
very
うもありが
much.
とう。あそこには
And
入っち
after
ゃ
I
いけ
told
な
her
いって
she's
言
not
われ
allowed
て
to
たの
go in
に。
there. Seriously, dude,
俺は
what's wrong
カイト。
with your eyes?
よかったら
My name
君
is
たちと同
Kaito.
行させて
If
く
you
れない
want,
か。
we could go look for them together.
目的は一緒のようだしな
Why not?
いい
We're all
ぜ
after the same thing. Plus, you know where the place is, right?
ああ。
Sure,
だったら
I'll show
俺
you
が
the
道案内
way.
しよう。ここで生まれ育った
I
わけじ
wasn't
ゃないん
raised
です
here,
よ。
but I've lived here for a
もう
long
その
time.
神社の場所な
I
ら
know
知
where
っ
the
ている。
shrine is. Come on,
俺は
follow me.
乗るそんで
I'm
こっちが
Minoru,
タク
that's
ね
Takuma,
こっち
and
が
this here is Aoi.
僕は引率の修
And
士
I'm the leader Shuji.
よろしく頼むよ。
Nice to meet you,
カイト君。
Kaito. From the looks of him, I thought Kaito was an adult, but he's the same age as me. I'm relieved, though. Looks like we can count on him. We'll get there in no time. Say guys, it's spring now, right?
決まってるだろ
Does a bear poop in the woods? If it's not spring, then when is it?
ならさ、
I just figured we're a little too far south for it to snow at the start of spring.
何を言って
What are you...
え
Ah!
本当だわ
You're right. Snow!
季節外れの
Calling this unseasonable would be a bit of an understatement.
確かに
Indeed.
こっちじゃ先
It
週も降
snowed
って
here
た。
last week too. I heard the weather gets all wonky around these parts.
最近あちこちで
I've
その
heard
ニュ
of
ースを見
similar
かける
stories in other places. Whoa, some kind of blizzard has kicked up here, yeah?
寒い
So cold.
このままここにいては
It's too dangerous to keep going.
僕
Go
が
take a look, so why don't you
み
all
んな
go
は
back?
先にそれよりすぐそこのトンネルに
Why
入
don't
り
we
ません
duck
か
back into that tunnel? Who knows what happened before we made it
確
back?
かにそうね
Fair enough.
室内
It might not be
じゃないけど
indoors, but
こんな
it's
場所
better
に
than staying out here.
そうだな
That's true.
よしみんな
Okay, let's retreat to the tunnel for now. So, this is actually an example of some pretty bad writing, because we had, here's a tunnel, we should go through the tunnel. Let's discuss going through the tunnel. Now, a new character has been
さっ
added,
きたち
going, we need to do the thing. And how are we going to do the thing? Well, the tunnel. So let's talk about going through the tunnel. And then we had another character come in who presents another problem. And the problem is, once again, we need to go through the tunnel. Should we go through the tunnel? Let's talk about going through the tunnel. Before finally, another event happens that again leads to the same conversation of, should we go through the tunnel? Let's go through the tunnel. It's tedious writing that really doesn't flow that well. It really just feels like you keep piling onto the same scene unnecessarily. Saki and the others came through here. Huh? The tunnel is cold. Aoi's shaking. Is this still being used? Aoi's shaking. Need to help. Must help. Harmony changed.
顔色が悪
Are
い
you okay, Aoi? You don't look good. Yes. I'm fine.
雪のせい
It
かし
must
ら
be the snow.
ここ
I feel like it's worse in here
外より
than
も寒いくらい
out there.
ミュウのやつが一緒だったな
I
ら。
imagine they ran in on in if Miu was with them. She's used to this place.
暗くて足元も
It's
ない
getting
から
dark and
慎
the
重に
footing
進
isn't
もう
great here. Let's go, but watch your step. Well, that's an appropriately spooky looking tunnel.
本当に真っ
It's
暗だな
pitch black. I can
ほとん
hardly
ど
see in
前が
front
見
of
えない
me.
よ
Still, isn't this some kind of
なんか
expedition?
探検みたいで
I'm
ワ
getting
クワ
kind
ク
of
してこない
pumped.
ほら
Hey!
遊びじゃないんだ
This
ぞ
is no time to play around.
でも確か
It's
に
not safe for us to keep
これ
going
じゃ
like
危ない
this.
な
Ah, but if we use the camera light...
うわ怖
Ah! Knock it off, Minoru!
いきなり大声
Don't
出
just
すなよ
scream like that, even I got
こっちまで驚い
spooked.
ごめん
Ah, my bad. I just saw this here, so... Oh, we're talking about the sacred rope. This is a sacred rope?
こんなところに
What's something
どう
like
して
that be doing here? Maybe this is where the Kemonogami are enshrined or something.
そういえば
Now
さ
that
っ
I
き
think about it,
あそ
you
こには
mentioned that you
入っちゃい
weren't
けない
allowed
って
to enter
言われ
here,
て
right?
おう
I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying that Miu wasn't supposed to come here.
強く言い聞かされてるのさ。
Eh. Yeah, the villagers believe in retribution. Kids are warned to stay out. What is this wind coming from the tunnel entrance? Oh jeez, there must be a hell of a storm whipping up outside. You think those three are in trouble? We better hurry on to the shrine. Yes, yes, you're right. Come on, there's no time to lose. You know, this is why games that have visual novel elements get a bad rap. We are still an hour in, and now finally we might be approaching interacting with some Digimon. Honestly, that's a huge part of the problem with a lot of visual novels, that they take a long time trying to do setup like a normal book would, which honestly loses the benefits of being a video game. Part of a video game is giving the player agency, and the problem with a prologue is that there's very little agency. The point to a prologue is it's all set up. It's similar to the long tutorial sections in video games, feeling like the player isn't doing anything because all it is being your hand being held. This storytelling feels basic to a degree that's actually harmful just because of the fact that it's taking too long. We haven't hit what's interesting. That's why it had to do a before the action moment, but that just means that we know what we're looking forward to, and the longer this takes, the more repetitive the dialogue gets, the harder it feels to get through. Let's say I wasn't reading through this out loud. This may have taken me 20-30 minutes to read through, but I would have also been less invested, and honestly, 20 to 30 minutes of reading this would have left me a little cold. Let's hope that it picks up now that we're finally into the digital world. Huh? The snowfall is slowing down. What the? What happened to the blizzard? Although I do enjoy the fact that the game does feel like it's trying to be a little bit horror themed. I don't know, it's trying to borrow a little bit of that, especially with Aoi being so scared. This tunnel isn't that long. What could be happening here? Talk about lucky. It just up and stopped on us. It's more like it didn't snow at all on this side of the tunnel. Those are some pretty flowers back there. Oh, those are demon flowers. I've yet to see a piece of Japanese media that did not make those demon flowers. And now I'm trying to remember what flower it is, because I feel like I've been told. And look at those flowers. Ain't they something else? The forest is a sea of red. I feel like I've seen them in our field guide, maybe? If memory serves, these are called red spider lilies. Oh, that's a horrific name. Why would you name a flower that? That's awful. Right, that's what they are. But this isn't right. It's spring and... yes, they bloom in autumn. What in the world is going on here? Has Aoi figured something out? Should we check out this area a little more before heading to the shrine? What a suspicious looking forest. I should look around and maybe talk with the others. Alright, I'm going to pause our recording here. For those of you on stream, I'm going to take a quick break to get some water in me and pet my cat a little bit. Take a little bit of a break, refresh my head, come back without feeling quite so tired with this. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe if you're interested in watching the rest of the series. This is a slow start, and probably slower than my preferences, but it could also be worse. I feel like the game has some ideas going on, and the presentation is far from bad. I think elements like this, where I'm able to swap around the viewpoint, I can choose who to talk to, I think those are steps in the right direction for this kind of genre. I think this beginning is just characteristically slow for the genre as well. I imagine picking up the first chapter of a manga, the first volume of a manga, and the time we've spent going through the game already is about how long it takes me to read a full volume. And if the full first volume of a series ended with something like this, I'd be supremely underwhelmed. This is the kind of thing that gives games a bad reputation for being where bad writers from other mediums go to, because this is just not that engaging. Let's hope that it picks up more in our second era, though. Thank you again for watching. I'll be... have the best day that you possibly can, and take care, everybody.